Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Mechanicus with me, Bregaton. And all that's left is Szaregon. Twilight of the Gods. The tomb of Szaregon has finally been discovered. Enter the tomb and destroy Overlord Szaregon, master of the tomb complexes, Necrons, and the ultimate source of the threat posed by Silva Tenebris. Such a hard time saying the name of the planet. Silva Tenebris. Alright, let's go all out here. I really don't think that I need this one. We'll grab this. I think that's the most... Yeah, 8 damage and then 4. Yeah, 12 is the biggest and the best. Levitians or Levistians? 9.22. Knowledge will ever be a blessing and a curse. We've uncovered the tomb of this world's overlord, and it will soon be awake. It seems there is but one course of action open to us. Haste equals no, Lector Dogmatus. Tomb of Szaregon equals a lot of potential. Enough. Videx is right. I return equal parts determination and horror at the knowledge Overlord Szaregon lies within. If there's anything I have learned at the altar of the Omnissiah, it is that the Xenos must die. Statement acceptance. If that is your will, Magos. My will does not matter. It is the will of the Omnissiah. Szaregon is the catalyst, Magos. As he stirred in his sleep, so the Necrons began to wake. Now he has risen. Every Necron on this darned planet is climbing out of its sarcophagus. That is why it has to be done now. I think she has my favorite voice in the entire game. Super cool. Anyway, high value target profile fragmentary. Overlord Szaregon capabilities unknown. Reanimation probable. Xenos weaponry probable. Extreme combat capability probable. I expect Szaregon to be more than the equal of anything we have faced on this world. But it would be the gravest dereliction of my duty if we left this world with the Overlord alive. Hunt solution calculated. Speed, Fury, Faith. Code Venator Omega. It's all my Skitarii can do to keep a foothold in the tomb. We can get your cohort inside, but that's it. If the will of Mars is with us, that is all we will need. The hounds hunger, the spears yearn, the hunt is on. There's so many potential from Captrix's sentences for good video titles. The hounds hunger. Look at that. What the heck? What sort of tomb layout is this? Now look at this loop around here.
Every moment I learn more about you, the more I understand how to hate. This rage, this disgust that you feel at everything different from yourselves. That is what I feel for you. What quality, what virtue do your kind have that makes you deserving of anything but extinction?
Oh, what's also cool about this is recently, 9th edition announced the Silent King is coming back, who is the mostly uncontested leader of the Necrons. Anyway, that's not important for this. No more interruptions. The words of Lord Szaregon transmit to every soul in and around his tomb. Intrusive thoughts that seem to originate from the thinker's own brain. He has steadfastness, I think. Our resilience in the face of constant threats of extinction.
How can you understand your own extinction when you are as children, with barely a few thousand years of starfaring to your name? You cannot comprehend the threats that bear down on you even now. When your light is snuffed out, it will be as if you never existed.
You know, he's probably not familiar with the Dark Age of technology, where humanity had some crazy technology, like reality-destroying machines that could eat planets, and like there was some crazy stuff in the Dark Age of technology that I think would put some of the Necrons' technology to shame. Agonizing screech data fills the noosphere, as if to demonstrate the inadequacy of human resilience. The cohort reels, ears bleeding, augmentations overheating. I feel like the lore usually does a poor job of demonstrating just how, because like it seems like most alien races don't recognize the humans' Dark Age of technology as existing. Like, it doesn't get referenced enough in lore. But it was a very scary time for the galaxy. That's why a lot of the that technology is outlawed and not used. Like, artificial intelligence isn't allowed to be used anymore. It's outlawed in the Imperium. The image of Overlord Szaregon looms huge in the noosphere, as if his physical form has a corresponding information halo that infects the very information in the air. The dread and disorientation this causes threatens to degrade the cohort's battlefield effectiveness. It counters Szaregon's appearance with data prayers broadcast into the local noosphere. Data prayers are drowned out by the sheer presence of the Necron Overlord. Szaregon's raw malice will not be overwhelmed, even by the most fervent binary polemics. The cohort is forced to accept the power that Szaregon possesses in the information realm, and surely in real space too. Hey, some Blackstone that I won't need after this mission. Hot dog. Hypothesis. Council Chamber, Audience Hall. The magnificence of the Tomb of Szaregon reaches a crescendo in this chamber, where the walls are encrusted with statues of Necron lords, each with eyes glowing with some inner power. Concentric rings of hieroglyphics cover the floor. Examine the chamber for useful resources or intelligence.
Such fatal curiosity, like ignorant animals peeking from the lair of a predator. Of all your failings, it is this that will kill you.
As the cohort pours over the sculptures, the eyes of the statues flare bright, and a wave of harmful radiation washes through them. The voice of Overlord Szaregon pulses through the noosphere.
Such precocious ambition for such a young and insignificant race. Like insects with pretensions to build palaces from dirt. What do you think you will do with your weak, fleshly bodies and your fanatical devotion to gods that never were? What do you imagine you will make of this galaxy?
Your weak, fleshly bodies. If I'm ever in a conflict with anybody, I'm gonna say they have a weak, fleshly body from now on. The voice of Overlord Szaregon booms from every vox caster and comlink in the tomb, creating a deafening crescendo that is nonetheless undistorted and clear. Yeah, we'll go with Destiny. We'll build an Imperium that will never fall.
Your Imperium has already fallen. It is in its death throes, a blink of an eye as the universe reckons it. Thousands of years for you. I can see this from my brief contact with your kind, yet you are blind to it. Death surrounds you, and death shall soon claim you all.
He's not wrong, the Imperium is not doing well. Hey, there goes the last of my CP. I can feel it, Magos. The unholiness of this place. The corruptive heart of Silva Tenebris. Run analysis interrupt. Noosphere infection, corruption, contamination. Speculation. Hatred. Inhumanity given form. There are not words enough in all the scripture I have stored to prepare us for this. High value target confirmed.
Magos Faustinius, I see you do not come in person. No matter, when your pawns are dead, I shall deal with you next. Nothing is beyond my reach, certainly not you.
Overlord to Szaregon. Yours shall be the fate of all Xenos. Extinction at the hands of a species you underestimated. You have tried to break our spirit, but you failed. Now it is our turn.
I will show you what it means to know fear, and stare your annihilation in the eye.
We will show you what happens when you cross swords with humankind. Funny words coming from a tech priest, but I'll take it. I do like how he called out Faustinius for not coming in person. Oh boy, he's got a scythe. I'll remember the name of the actual weapon. Kill the Overlord to Szaregon. Alright, what do we have to deal with? Plenty of stuff. I'm just gonna put everybody up front here.
Your fate was decided thousands of years ago, yet still you fight. What fury there is in your ignorance.
Oh, we can teleport. 99 health. Oh, okay, grouping up, bad idea. Got it figured out, guys. Alright, cool. I can use this for free, heal everybody up to full, and get a bunch of cognition. I'll try to catch him on fire, I guess. Oh, does he have to loop all the way around? Alright, I'll just run over here. Yeah, if you're gonna come to me, you're gonna get messed up, buddy. Like, what a dumb thing to do. I should have used that. Oh well. Again, should have used that. But once again, oh well. Regards to cognition, there's all these things. I think this fight is going to have multiple stages. But there's no way that it doesn't. Honestly, I'm just gonna fill the cognition. Actually, I don't think I need to. Let's save that in case there is more stages. For the heavy arc rifle, I don't know if there's a way for me to actually shoot it without hitting my own teammates. We'll try. Yeah, it's gonna hit that guy, but it might be okay. I hit both of them, actually. Try and taunt him into attacking that guy. Alright, was that it? Was that it? I just took him out in one turn. Oh, that was extraordinarily underwhelming. Like that was it. All that build up. And I took him out in one turn, and not all my tech priests even got a turn. Minarius, who's been with us since the beginning, didn't even get to swing at this guy. Okay, well. Overlord says Szaregon collapses, raw data spilling from his ruptured war form. The information how that goes up from the tombs of Silva Tenebris is an awful death wail of utter abandonment. Many reports from the planet are mentioning Necron squads are locking down into guard protocols that make little strategic sense. It appears they are not able to think on their own, so Szaregon and his lords must have been delegating orders all this time. It is done, brothers. The threat has been ascertained and neutralized. My neural vaults overflow with relief and exaltation. Mission complete. By the thrones of Mars, I never thought I would witness such a thing. The scriptures were true. There are horrors in this galaxy that only faith and steel can overcome, and that we should be grateful we shall never fully understand. Statement disagreement. There'll be others like Szaregon. Possibility equals worse. Glean every datum equals never be unprepared again. Enough. Our work on this planet is done. The Adeptus Mechanicus can decide what is to be done with Silva Tenebris now. I wish to return to Mars. I wish to rest. Rest and pray, Magos. Study data recovered. Secrets still to be uncovered. Imperative. Always learn, always seek, never rest. These are matters for the future. For now, let us return. Prep the Kaisis Metallicon for warp transit. Consecrate the dead, comfort the wounded, and leave this accursed world.
I could no longer deny the hatred of the Xenos as counseled by Necro Dogmatus Videx. My disgust of the Necrons overflowed my emotional containment. Scavola's heresies tempted me, but I saw them for what they were. I knew, as Videx did, the Necrons had to be destroyed. With the generators located and made vulnerable beneath the tomb of Nephtusk, we had our target. At Videx's summons, Metallicon warships descended on the world and unleashed the Omnissiah's fury. The release of energy from the breached generators triggered a chain reaction through the crust and mantle of Silva Tenebris. The planet tore itself apart in a seismic cataclysm. Untold swathes of Xenos knowledge were obliterated. I did not weep for their loss. The tombs of the Necron lords were annihilated in the planet's death throes. The Necrons were reduced to ash. They threatened the Imperium of man and the authority of the Omnissiah. This was our revenge.
Okay, I definitely didn't intend to side with Videx. I actually wanted to side with Scaevola, so I'm disappointed that I got that ending. I'm not entirely sure how I did. I'm assuming because I did Videx's missions after, and so they overrode Scaevola's missions. So next time I play through it, I'll have to do Videx's missions first and then try to do Scaevola's after the fact. So some final thoughts on the game. Again, I want to say this is the best Warhammer 40,000 game I've ever played. Nostalgia not being taken into account, I'm trying to be unbiased when I say that. Obviously, my biased response would be Dawn of War is still the greatest of the Warhammer 40k games, but honestly, I think this is the best one. I do wish there was a little more variety. I mean, the ranged weapons, plenty of variety. I wouldn't mind having more melee weapons incorporated into the game. I mean, you have 3 types of power axes, or 3 types of just axes in general, which is fine. It's like the symbolic weapon of the Mechanicus. That's fine. And then the Mechadendrites were a cool addition. I'm really glad they put those in the game as well. But there's so much variety of weapons in the lore. Like they could expand on that a little bit, I think. The difficulty was also something that I wasn't happy with. The first 2 missions were challenging, and I appreciated that. But then it fell off really hard. Now, obviously, that's my own fault, because there are different settings. I think I picked normal here. But yeah, hard and very hard would probably be more fun. There's a ton of settings for difficulty, so you can really make the game as hard or as easy as you would like. So, again, when I play back through, I'm definitely going to up the challenge, because I appreciate a good challenge, and after, again, 2 missions or so, it was the first 2 missions, and then after that, I think one tech priest died the rest of the game. And it was just, I don't know, it was super easy. Like, I basically had to go after my own objectives, like trying to... How's achievement available? Didn't I beat that already? Well, anyway. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I do not remember what I was saying. But yeah, I'll definitely make the game harder in my next playthrough. That'd be way too easy. Oh yeah, I had to make my own challenges, basically trying to finish each fight in one turn and stuff like that. You know, try to up the difficulty for myself. So yeah, that's supposedly didn't have all these difficulty settings when the game first came out, which I'm very glad they added it because, again, normal, not challenging. The Heretek DLC was the only challenging part of the game after the first couple of missions. And again, I actually failed. I did, yeah, I forgot about that. I failed the final Heretek mission as well the first time I tried it. That was pretty nifty. I like the resurrection mechanic of Damek Yoth. Also, I thought the fighting the Catan was really cool. That was super cool. How it was like a hidden mission segment. You had to press spacebar and go into the new sphere in the ship to discover the. Let me just go back into this. Discover the whole secret mission sequence where you got to fight a Catan. Oh, never mind. This is where it continues at. We'll just skip all of that. Can't skip this. We gotta listen to this again. Oh, you can't skip this? Yeah, I'm not happy that I had to side with Videx because I was not on Videx's side. I was. Ugh. Well, it's a cool cutscene regardless. Again, the voice acting in this game is fantastic. The aesthetic of this entire game. I don't want to talk over this guy. You know what I'll do? There we go. Hey, we still watch the cutscene while I talk. Fantastic. Yeah, the aesthetic for this game is fantastic. It's probably one of the best aesthetics for 40k that I've seen. The soundtrack, holy crap, the soundtrack. I've been listening to the soundtrack off camera a lot. Normally, I listen to a lot of Chrono Trigger soundtrack. I think that's the best video game soundtrack of all time. But as of late, I have been listening to a lot of this soundtrack because it is superb. I felt like they really caught like the essence of the Mechanicus with their soundtrack. The voice acting, also super cool. I also like how each tech priest has its own like accent in binary. It's so cool. Everything about this game is just fantastic. Again, biggest complaints were difficulty, but that's on me. I can adjust that to make it harder. I was expecting it to be harder than it was, and I was definitely underwhelmed. Even the Necron voice acting was really good. Again, they each had their own voice. There we go. Turn the volume back on. I can't praise this game enough. Like, if you like tactical games at all, if you like Warhammer 40k at all, highly recommend this game. But also, I highly recommend playing on a harder difficulty than normal. Unless you're just here for the story, which is also fine. But, meh. I do wish that I had the opportunity to get all of the tech. Because there's that one mission that I failed where I didn't get a cognition gauge size increase. But I still never got the opportunity to get my Skitarii Ranger Alphas to tier 3, and I was still missing some support tech. Which the support tech I'm pretty sure I would have found if I would have explored the tombs a little more thoroughly, because you do find some of the technology in the tombs themselves. So, but I did manage to get all the weapons, which I think is the most important part of the game. And I got to play around with some of those, but I know I'm just rambling at this point. There's not a lot more to say. Highly recommend the game. One of the best Warhammer 40k games I've ever played. If you're slightly interested in tactical games or Warhammer 40k, definitely give this game a shot. It is and it has replay value for sure. Because again, you can adjust the difficulty to whatever you want. Like enhanced exploration, tech can only be equipped once per TP. Skills have a single use per fight. Like, I don't know what this means. I guess discipline or random, so you don't even get to choose what what you get out of the disciplines. That's cool. I think that'd be really fun to play with, actually. Narrative events, enable glyph events, available weapons, all range only, melee only. Ooh. AoE weapons, Blackstone. So you can actually like start with no Blackstone. That's interesting. Revenue modifier, maximum mechanicals permission. Just get rid of 0. No mechanicals. Like I could see this being a lot of fun. Like the settings in this game are also fantastic. Like they've got a good yeah, they've got a good selection of settings, even like just regular default settings, and then obviously difficulty settings. All right, I need to stop talking. I really enjoyed this game, and I'm also excited that I get to play all the missions. Like you're able to manipulate the awakening and stuff. Like the game, the developers thought of a lot, and they implemented a lot. Like they've done a really good job with this game. Okay, I need to stop rambling. Really good game, highly recommend it. Thanks for joining me on another adventure, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.